A very warm welcome. My name is Neil Pryor, MVP. I run a small website called fxcorrelator.com where I provide a lot of free information, links and strategies and indicators on Forex trading, the wonderful world of Forex. Okay, I just want to quickly run through what happened last week in the market. I do post every day, a lot of updates across the variety of forums. But this video is just going to go literally through that and a couple of other things I want to talk about. First of all, I just want to do yet another COVID-19 wealth warning. Obviously, there is a very, very, very serious health warning attached to COVID-19, but I can assure you the next wave that's coming is a COVID wealth warning. The COVID crisis and its associated economic and financial pressures, we're all feeling that. I don't think there is anybody on this planet that is immune to that. Everybody is feeling very, very exposed. We've lost money. We feel sensitive. Some of us have lost our jobs. Many of us are potentially losing our livelihood, our careers, our businesses. And it makes people very, very susceptible to reaching out in panic mode for other forms of income, desperation. Okay, so everyone is feeling that way. And what that brings then is, unfortunately, a tsunami of marketeers, vendors, you could call them scammers. I'm not saying everyone's a scammer, but people are going to come out of the hidden woodwork and the cracks, and they are going to come and seek you guys out. They are looking to expose that weakness, and they're looking to sell you stuff. Okay? So here's potentially, when it comes to my market, my area of expertise, which is obviously the trading market, and more particularly the last 20 years, I've been trading Forex professionally. Let's talk about, there's trading academies, there's trading schools, there's trading boot camps, there's trading gurus, there's trading systems, billions of them. There's copy me systems, mirroring systems, whatever you want to call it. These are systems where you pay into a system and you just basically replicate what the traders are doing. Good luck with that one. And also, obviously, just generally get rich quick scammers. My advice to everybody that talks to me is that trading is a get rich slowly system. Okay. 10,000 hours to me is what it takes to get up to even moderate speed to understand it. The same as anything, you do not become an instant expert overnight, and you certainly don't trade in the markets, trade in anything, but certainly trading Forex. And again, my advice is always to start with free training and research, spend a few months doing that so that you get a bit of expertise, and do not be fooled by these kind of people. Please, please, please. I cannot emphasize that enough. I've got nothing to sell you here, guys. All I'm advising you is to go out and seek free trading and training advice. Okay, start first that way. And what do I mean by that? Let's take a little scroll through YouTube. Again, I have no affiliation with any of these people. I'm certainly not seeking to insult them. But if you type in, and you can't see here, I've typed in 2 words, trading Forex. Okay, it's that simple, trading Forex. Okay, so there's all these things you can do, but I've typed in trading Forex and I've just clicked the button and this has come up. Okay, so I'm just hitting that again as a filter, and off you go. I mean, you could spend the next week trending through this, and it will just keep going. And it starts. The thing that usually makes me laugh the most is all the 12-year-olds out there that are trading. I've got sandwiches in my fridge that are older than some of these guys. I can tell you that's no insult to them. I'm not saying they're not very good, but I've been doing this. Well, actually, I've been gambling probably over 50 years. I've been trading markets for 40 years and trading Forex on its own just 20 years. So basically, I'm not going to listen to anyone unless they've warmed up at least 10 years in their market and doing it professionally. But that's just my comment. I'm not making any comment on these, but look at it. Actually, that's no nonsense Forex there. I mean, VP Patrick, I've been following him for quite a while. Actually, he's not too bad. Again, there's nothing he charges at all. It's all free. And there's a day in the life of a 12-year-old, another one. So that's useful, just being let out of school there. Here we go, 90% accurate Forex trades. Good luck with that. Get a real job. Yep, thank you. Never be a loser again. There's a fantastic thing. Do you realise how it is literally impossible to hit 100% strike rate in trading? Losing is part of the game. What else have we got? A billionaire here shows you how to make money. And that'd be good then. Exposing Forex trading. There we go. Scaling out. Yep, that's no nonsense Forex. That's Patrick again. And I mean, I could trade on, but there's a 70-year-old Forex trader turning £2,800 into £150,000 in under 72 hours. Guys, wow, I wish I could do that. Here's someone with quite a moderate car, to be honest. I thought And if you're going to do it, get at least a Bentley on there, surely. Another 12-year-old there, doing very well. There's a guy that, oh, that's quite fancy. Older people teaching, and again, I'm not saying good or bad, but at least that's a fighting chance. If someone's actually more older than 12, there might be a chance. And it goes on. There's a guy that looks like he'll probably mug you more than sell trading to you. Again, I'm not meaning to be an insight to any of these people. I'm just literally scrolling through. 50 SMA moving strategy. Well, that's not really a strategy, is it? Let's see if there's anything else. I'm not trying to disrespect these people, but you can go on forever. There's someone sitting in front of a BMW and in a luxury flat, $40,000 a day. Wow. Wow, that's really brilliant. Oh, wait a minute. There's someone driving. That looks like a Bentley. So now we're getting there. Now we're starting to get a bit street and how much money you can make and so on. Even in Spanish there, of course. And a couple of 12-year-olds there. There they go, teaching us all. So do you understand what I mean? All you've got to do is type in Forex trading or currency trading or anything trading, and you are going to be let loose on a tsunami of people trying to sell your stuff. And all of this, first of all, initially would be free, and then they'll try and hit you with the big sell. Okay, so I urge you to be very, very sensible with this kind of stuff. I mean, I click on most of this stuff and go and have a bit of a laugh. To be honest with you, wow, that's someone that wasn't even 8 doing it. That's fantastic. That's not even legal to trade. So, sorry, sorry. It is fascinating. It's like I just have to laugh. I just have to laugh at this. Oh, wait a minute. And there we have it. I just wanted to finish there. And there it is, the Bentley, everybody. Big money. 22 years old, making money. There's a jacuzzi there as well. And honestly, it's that easy, isn't it? It really is that easy. Oh, and breathe, everybody. Back to my website, fxcorrelator.com, if I can actually say that. If you go to that site, there's a bit of a CV on myself and a terrible picture of me as well. And then really, I mean, aside from the blog that I update every day, we've got free Forex training there, and I will click it. It might take a while to click through. Free Forex training will give you guaranteed free stuff from a lot of sources where you can actually learn at your own time, your own pace, and you don't have to pay a penny. There may be some people on there that eventually will try and sell you stuff, but you don't have to buy it. Just use it and move on. That's what I do, and that's what I've done for many years. I've paid for courses in the past, and I've certainly paid for some of my mentors to teach me stuff. But believe me, that was after many years of training and understanding what I needed. I really knew what I needed. I really knew what I needed, and I went out there and I got it. Okay? Too much coffee this morning, guys. Sorry about that. There's also a blog here. And on that blog, I will go through what I'm doing. So there was Forex Diary the 2nd. So that was obviously back end of this week. And it just goes on and on, okay? And I'll go through, and on there you'll actually see what I'm doing. I'm not doing it real time because I'm obviously trading as well, but I'm just trying to give people an insight on where you're going and what you should be doing, okay? That's all free. I mean, obviously a lot of people out there offer this stuff for free, but, this is the real deal free. Also, then there's a link to my free indicator, which, again, is free. A few YouTube videos I've got on how to do this kind of stuff. And again, I'm not trying to flog you or anything. I don't train at the moment. I don't run courses. I don't try and hit you with 2,000 quid deals and I'll buy you a Bentley in a week's time, because it doesn't work like that. And I frankly haven't got the time and inclination. I make more than enough money trading and also in my business consultancy. I don't need to sell out and do that kind of stuff. I don't know, maybe I will one day if I get bored with trading, and I will teach people how to make money. But at the moment, I'm doing fine and so on. So please come here if you get a chance. It's not a hard sell. Please just come here, and at least I'll give you a fighting chance, or contact me at fxcorrelator@gmail.com, and I'll tell you where to go, guys. I'll give you a fighting start before all of the tsunami of vendors and people come to you, okay? And after that lecture, that's actually taken about 9.5 minutes, I'm so sorry about that. I'm just going to quickly show you what happened last week, okay? What happened last week. And I've just noticed in the idiot area already, of course, Friday was the 3rd. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what I was talking about the 2nd earlier. There's obviously another brain fade with too much coffee. So on the left here, this is what happened last week in terms of the 8 major currencies. And at the top there, hopefully you can see the different colours that represent each currency and what it actually did last week in terms of direction and strength. Okay, just made it a little bigger to see what happened last week. And let's quickly run through the winners and the losers last week. Okay, very quickly from the top, so above this zero line here, which is white horizontal zero line, all of these currencies that are above that basically ended up bullish on the week. They started back end Sunday night, around the 29th, 30th, and it means that this week overall they were bullish. They were the ones to buy. The ones below the line here were the ones that ended up negative and were the ones to sell. So let's see what happened. I'm going to quickly flick a value down here. This is actually pips on the right there. That's about 250 pips. So first of all, brown CAD, that was the real sell front end of the week. Okay, and I was on CAD. I was on CAD a lot first couple of days. Last week, if you follow my scalping thread and my scalping updates, they're also on LinkedIn, by the way, other things like that. Got down to the 250s there, so that was a really nice sell. Came back up and generally stayed, well, at the end it actually went bullish, so it did fade back into the week, start going bullish. What happened second half of the week? And again on this side, this is the dark blue euro, ladies and gentlemen. Euro was the one that ended up actually being the alpha dog, the one that was the lowest value at the end of the week. And that came down around the 200s, 200 pip sell-offs for the euro as a currency. And obviously you could have scored more pips than that, depending on what you were trading it against. Obviously, if you traded the euro against the grey Swissy here, you wouldn't have made anything because they're far too correlated. Yeah, they're moving in the same direction. So the Swissy and the euro were the main sells by the end of last week, although CAD was the early sell runner. Okay. In terms of the alpha bull currencies, the big hitters, what did we have? Well, no surprise. Yen again in the mainstream there. There it is, yen. Getting up to around the 240s, 250s. So, you know, big plays there on yen last week as people moved over to the yen. And obviously, if the yen was hitting these kind of levels by the back end of the week, and already we saw a weak euro, the EJ, the euro Japanese yen, was a great sell to be doing, guys, last week. And again, I was on that at times, not all week because I scalp much smaller time frames of this. I don't do much positional trading through the week on possibly hourlies and things like that. I'm much more into my 1 minutes and faster. But yeah, great combo, guys. So 10 out of 10 if you were hitting EJ sales through the week. What else have we got here? We've got the greenback, the green US dollar. Again, US dollar actually ended as the strongest currency on the week. Got up there at nearly the 200 pip mark. So again, if you were generally buying the USD last week, that was the place to be. Again, if you followed me during the week, you knew I was screaming to buy USD most of the week because that's where the trend was. Yeah, this is all about trending, guys. It's all about trending. Look at your higher time frames, look at your higher movements, and try and replicate that on lower time frames, coming back into trend. Those two were really the ones. I mean, we had a strong sterling, red sterling there for most of the week, but that faded. And that was it. So those were really the four currencies that really played the game last week. What I want to do now, just to quickly finish off, is show you how that week, last week, played in terms of what's been going on for the last couple of months. I'm not sure if this is that easy to see, but this area, shaded area here, represents literally what happened last week. Okay, what I'm going to do, I've just expanded that back, and I've gone back to around late February into early March. And if you trust me, prior to this period, prior to early March, the markets were, even though COVID-19 was obviously ravaging the Far East and starting to go into Europe in terms of Italy and some of those other areas, really the markets up to this point had not reacted. Remember, the US wasn't really seeing anything yet. And President Trump was telling everybody things were wonderful. So the markets were not reacting. We were not seeing the massive swings and volatility that we've now seen in the last 4 weeks. Okay. But as you can see from then on in, so if you imagine that these guys were all fairly zero here, now you start to see, can you see how the volatility expanded and currencies really started ripping up and down through each individual week? And in fact, if I actually get rid of this now, guys, if you see this last week here, yeah, can you see actually how the last week actually hasn't had that much volatility? I mean, look at the week before. Look at the week prior to that, around 23rd to 27th of March. look at what sterling did, rampaging upwards. Look at the crash of the US dollar. I mean, these are big swings, guys. I mean, if we see that, you know, some of these guys were up at the plus 600s, you know, based on probably late February start dates. I mean, that came from 600 down to, bear with me, 200. That's nearly a 400 pip swing last week on just the US dollar alone. And obviously a massive swing, probably in the region of 600 pips on sterling. If you remember last week, I was talking about a massive buy on cable buying cable last week was the thing to do. This week, you can see very, very relatively flat red sterling there, flat dollar there. It's been a hard week to make money compared to the previous week. And then the week before, look how US dollar went flying up and then it came flying down again. And again, sterling. So really, this week just gone has been relatively flat. Okay. I'm just going to reset my indicator and go right the way back to the start of all this. So I'm going to go back to, let's say, approximately the 1st of January this year. Okay. That's resetting. I'm going to make it a bit smaller. As you can see, going back into February, you see nothing much was happening here. But so this is now giving us an indication of where the money's been so far this year. And just to close this, the three horsemen, as I call them, the three horsemen of the apocalypse, it's still all about US dollar, Swissy and yen. Because of the crisis and people being scared, they are still the three major currencies that people have gone to as a point of refuge and safety. And these guys have been worse, so it's starting to ease off a bit now, but these guys are all some 700-800 pips up from the start of the year. Euro's starting to fade now. Euro did have its moments. Euro's starting to fade off now. I'm not sure where that's going to go next, but it still is sitting bullish this year. And down the bottom here, you've got the other four major G8 currencies in various stages. Sterling and CAD have been a lot worse than this, and they're fading a little bit. CAD's still having a howler of a time. So CAD around the 600-700s at the moment in terms of the sell-offs so far. The other three really congregating together. So the Aussie dollar, Kiwi and sterling all pretty much huddled at the moment. And that is the broad range. So this is Neil Price signing off. I hope you have a great trading week next week. Trade safely, trade well. And just a warning again about all these COVID-19 wealth warnings. If you are new to this business, please take your time. Please think about it. And I'm always happy to help people. Give us a free advice if you want. Okay, guys, have a great week next week and good luck. Cheers, guys. Bye.